Hey folks, my name is Jeff. I'm the marketing manager here at Oru Kayak. For those who aren't familiar, our company makes folding kayaks that you can fit in your trunk. So I thought it would be really interesting if I actually took one of those kayaks, put it in my trunk. And the goal here is to show you as viewers what it's like using an Oru kayak and how it makes getting on the water easier. So I'm starting from my garage in Oakland, California. I'm lifting the kayak, kind of navigating. Obviously things are kind of tight, but even still, I mean, I'm holding it with one hand, shuffling, kind of side shuffling here through the garage. So it goes without saying that if this kayak was 3 or 4 times heavier, this would be a very different video. So we're looking at a 20-pound kayak. If we up that to 60 or 70 pounds, even taking size out of the equation, we were able to get the kayak from my doorstep to the car in under 60 seconds. And obviously that's pretty freaking cool. So I will spare everyone the entire drive. So I'm starting off at my home in Oakland. We're going to Jack London Square, also in Oakland, about 5 miles away, 10 minutes on the road, and we're here. So especially with COVID, it's not too hard to find parking. I just found a spot a few blocks away. Really nice day out. We're in California, so the air hasn't been great with fires and things like that. But today it was bright and sunny, and so, you know, for me, getting out and walking, that's kind of part of the adventure of it all, so I just enjoy doing that. I'm going to fast forward so you guys don't have to, but, you know, I've been cooped up, and so it was nice to get outside and walk. I hear that so often. It's one of those kayaks.
Is that a boat?
Oh, yeah, kayak. Huh? Yeah, 10 feet. Huh? Yeah.
Dude, I am terrible. I have to get on the water soon because I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, well, we got water right here. So.
I'm not going to do any kayaking. I'm just going to try to find someone with a boat, regular boat, 2 paddles, jack, and I'm on my way.
There you go.
Hey, take care, man.
All right. That guy was funny. I mean, I think, you know, he was obviously a little brash, but the way he feels is, I think a lot of people feel that way. They're just tired of being stuck inside and looking for safe, responsible ways to get outside. There were so many people out, and everybody seemed to be distancing, and there are a lot of outdoor restaurants and things like that in this area, so everybody's pretty far apart, and it seemed cool, but it was nice just to see people outside because it was a good day. Like I said, in California, the air has been just trash. So anyway, here I am. I've put together these kayaks more than 1,000 times probably, but when I do it in public, I try to be especially on top of it because I know somebody's watching me. They really attract attention, especially here in a busy area like Jack London Square. People want to know what it is and how much it weighs and how many times can you fold it, which is fine for me. I work for the company, but I can only imagine someone who's just a customer just trying to get out on the water and you've got a lot of questions. You know, I think most owners know that have learned to expect that, but I think it's still interesting. So practice at home and then you will, you know, when you've done it this many times, it just becomes second nature. Everything goes together so quickly. So you just saw me put the front half of the boat together. Now I'm putting the back half. The bulkhead is a structural component that makes it so the boat won't flop around when you buckle and tighten the flaps down. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm tightening everything down to make sure that it is rigid and sturdy while I'm out on the water. So now we're buckling in the footrest. This is the seat pad. You slide that under the bungee. Seat back clips in. This is a tension strap. It also helps to keep the boat rigid and hold its form while you're paddling. So these clips here will keep the seat back in place. When you lean against it, it keeps it comfortable, and they're also adjustable, so you can adjust how far back the seat reclines. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, is that the one that they had on Shark Tank?
Yeah. There we go.
Where'd you get it?
I actually work for the company.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Yes, I'm just out here, you know.
So, I'll spare you the full conversation, but he had a lot of questions and thought it was really cool. And I'll say that I like working for a company that gets people this interested and engaged in the product. So that's a big plus when it comes to working at Oru Kayak.
Oh, actually, see, even I move too quick sometimes. Gotta make sure.
So I realized my bow strap, that strap right there, was unbuckled. You've really got to double check everything before you get out on the water. Sometimes even I get excited and I'm like, I really want to get out on the water, but you've got to sit in the boat on land and sit down and go through a routine. You can check your footrest, check your backrest and seat position, and make sure that the boat is comfortable. So it's a lot easier to do it here on the dock. If you wait until you get on the water, then you're going to be thinking about a bunch of other things and you won't have time to, it's going to be much more complicated to try to do it then. So we're 6 minutes into this video and we're just getting out on the water. And I think that the reason behind that is that once you actually get an Oru kayak onto the water, it's just like every other kayak. So the thing that I really wanted to focus on was what makes Oru Kayak different. Oru Kayak makes getting out onto the water a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable than other kayaks. And that's not to say that it doesn't paddle well, because it does. But the fact that we're 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this video and we're paddling, now we're out on the water. From garage to out on the water, obviously I cut out some pieces, but it really wasn't that long all in, probably about 20 minutes from when I left the house. Seriously, I'm out on the water, and to me, that's a game changer. That's what makes our product so exciting, and so I wanted to make sure that I covered that. Okay, so now we're out on the water. I am about to paddle under, this is Scott's Seafood Restaurant out here on Jack London Square. I think it's my inner child. When I see a dock, you have to go under it. I could go around it, but why would I do that when I can go under it? So just checking out under here, you can kind of see the pipes and things from the building. I think this restaurant's closed due to COVID, but it's normally a good place. I've eaten there a few times. So I've got like a slow, kind of a leisurely, let's call it leisurely paddle going here. It's kind of my style, I guess. I'm not one to move too fast. I like to enjoy the area. Gotta keep my distance here. Again, beautiful day out today. A lot of boats out. I think so maybe someone else knows, but it looks like they rearranged the docks at Jack London, which I thought was cool. So there were a lot of boats out here, a lot of people out enjoying the weather. I saw these people have the music going, which was fun. This reminded me, so just being out here this day and seeing the music going was like, I've got to get an MP3 player, like a waterproof MP3 player for my kayak, so that I can get out there and listen to music, because this is one of my favorite songs. LMA and DJ Mustard. If I had an MP3 player, this is probably a song that I'd be listening to. So whoever it is, thank you for playing it. Kind of made my paddle a little bit more enjoyable. And I just realized that I keep saying MP3 player, but it's 2020. I think I meant to say Bluetooth speaker. I don't even know if kids today will know what an MP3 player is, but that's a thing we used to have a long time ago. So that's a cool sailboat. Yeah. It's just so nice out here. Like, I'm watching this video a day later, but I look back and I'm looking at the buildings, the palm trees, and I just don't get out here enough due to COVID. I'm inside so often. So getting out for a paddle now in 2020, it means so much more than it meant last year, and I appreciate the being able to get outside and do this. So these are Oakland's famous container service cranes off in the distance. And the cool thing is, from over here, you can actually see, you probably can't see in the video, but you can see all the way to San Francisco. It's clear enough today to see. It's kind of faint, but again, just amazing views. The sky is blue, the air is clear, people are outside, they're enjoying themselves from a distance, right? And it's a really good day to be outside. So I've definitely got a plan to do this again very soon. I just went on a really quick paddle because I just wanted to kind of test out this new camera and, see what it would be like to kind of shoot a first person view type of thing. But I got to do this again. It was a lot of fun. So now we're at the ferry terminal. This is where the ferry that goes from Oakland to San Francisco would pick people up on the Oakland side, take them across the water to SF. I don't know if it's running right now because of COVID, but there it is. So now I'm starting to turn myself around and head back to the dock. Like I said, I just got this camera. I thought it would be really cool to shoot something FPV. I've been meaning to do it for a while, so finally got out there and did it. Oru Kayak, it paddles like a kayak. So there isn't a whole lot to say when you're out on the water. It feels as good as any other kayak to me. The big difference is getting it there. It's easy. So I'm gonna fast forward through the paddle back. I wasn't on the water very long, but I had an amazing time, and the sun was really nice, just feeling the sun on me and getting outside. So yeah, all in all, it was a really fun time. So here I am back at dock, kind of pulling in, and we will check out the experience when you're docking an Oru. Normally I try to come in a little bit more gracefully, but this is fine. Grab the dock, kind of push myself up there. And the cool part is you kind of push yourself up, so I'll push myself up off the boat and then kind of pull it in with my other hand. And I haven't had as much experience with hardshell kayaks, but I can't do that in a hardshell kayak. So, you're literally pulling yourself up and grabbing the boat with your other hand at the same time. Pretty awesome. Easy. I actually just saw the guy that I was talking to on the way out, and I saw him again. So I was telling him it was easy. He asked me how the paddle went. So now we can start to pack it all up. And I'm going to fast forward through here because it's literally just a much easier version of the unpack. You just do everything in reverse. So you fold it all together, slide each of the pieces into its assigned slot, and fold it over. I pull the handle out here. That's important. Clip these two buckles, tighten it, and you're on your way. So I'm back at the car. Of course, on the walk back, a few more people asked me about the kayak. Always happy to answer questions, but remember to leave time for that. So, if you're in a rush, you may want to leave a little early. Just saying. So again, my name is Jeff. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions about this kayak, the Inlet, or any of the other kayaks in our lineup, you can learn more at orukayak.com.